Ladies and Germans, how are you all doing? This is Con Over.
And I'm Rangru. Hello, hello, hello.
And guys, of course, you guessed it right about now. Here's another game from the Steel Division League. This one is actually from North America. We were going to bring you something from Asia, but we want to give you something fresh and different. And the reason for that on this map of Omaha is what, Rang? Who do we have?
Well, in the left-hand side in blue, once again, we have ourselves Herr Robert as 15th Scottish Infantry Division. And in the right-hand side in red, we have Boda121 as well, the Paris Division. And, like Colin pretty much mentioned, we haven't really seen Paris all too much in a lot of our 1v1s. So, being able to bring something new and fresh is always pretty cool. And I like seeing Paris Division being played.
So tell us about the Paris Division. And we were talking a little bit just before we started casting here, but take us at a very high level. What are we looking at?
Pretty much, just amalgamation of infantry, as we all know, just kind of throw everything in there. A very low amount of tanks till C phase, where they become pretty much Panzer layer, but without the King Tiger. Good AA, good artillery, and 125 point heavy bombers, which we're seeing right now, because by God, it's one of the best units you can get.
I kind of wish he called it in a little bit further back, but I can totally understand this. I'm actually going to see it early. Wow. I am really surprised by this.
Yeah,
wait a second. This actually... Okay, he saw the danger and backed away.
Yeah, that is some war game style, like, cheese, right? Yeah, just doing the instant bomb and run. But that's definitely an interesting play. Now he's using it to scare the recon plane array. He's not going to be able to shoot that down, I believe. But, yeah.
But he's going to damage it quite a bit, so that's pretty darn strong.
Yeah, just, you know, like 3 MGs are doing it. Machine guns are actually going to run out of ammo on the plane.
and it's not because he was getting killed.
Nope.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the infantry. So you said it's an amalgamation of everything. Of course, we can definitely take a look up and down. I want to make a quick call out to Churchill on the Scottish side of things, as well as a 6-pounder to the north. But the Gross, oh my gosh, the Festung Großperes division. So I do have it retreating right now out of the town to the east. We have Landesschützen. Who else do we have? Let's see, we have Bewehrungs. Tell us about these different groups here.
The Bewehrungs, 15-man, just meat shields. They have pretty crappy machine guns. They're really just meat shields with an anti-tank grenade. Same with Landschützen. They're just kind of meat shieldy units. They're not great at really killing. And then the failed gender armies, which are pretty good command squad. You can only get 2 of them. But
That is true.
It's really till B phase where you get more of the interest in Kriegsmarine and Russian dudes, and C phase of Pounder Grenadiers, when Paris actually starts to have a good infantry lineup. Because in A phase, it's all just meat shields. You need fire support, artillery, Panzer on machine gun vehicles to really get anything done.
Sounds about right. Now, I do want to make a quick couple of call-outs for some interesting things here. We do see, again, I was super stoked to see this, the Panhard MG right around the center part of the field. Finally, the Germans have their own Jeep with a machine gun. And indeed, might even be probably even slightly superior to it. And the Scots are giving a little bit of ground there.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing a Storch come in. So, makes sense? Not make sense.
I mean, don't see recon planes are awesome, but both sides have got recon planes off the bat, which is definitely an interesting choice. And I do like seeing recon planes. They work rather well, but at the same time, you could just get 1 card at ×4 heavy bombers, and that's just a lot of heavy bombers. But still, you know, recon planes, I dig. And it's actually going to be... He's seeing the infantry down there in the tank, which is actually going to be really good information, as well as a Stuart that's being brought up as well. So that's going to give him some ample time to get a counter.
Actually, he knows that the 2-inch carrier is coming up too, so that's actually worth noting.
Yeah, but in terms of just like deployment, Germans are doing pretty good. Yeah, Panhard Rush is making some ground.
That is certainly true. Now, to the north, he did lose, I think, a couple of light vehicles there, and indeed he's bringing a mortar on in. And down to the south, we have that hideous Panzerjäger 35R coming in. He's not quite the Pinocchio tank, but it's still pretty damn ugly.
Yeah, it's a pretty ugly son of a gun. And he's going to be setting up to kill the command carrier.
You know, I'm taking a look at it. He kind of reminds me, it's almost like a German Su-76, you know?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's a bit more like front heavy compared to the Su-76, but
True.
it's kind of the same. Different caliber gun and all of that, but
oh yeah, but
you know, it's yeah. It's just unlike Company of Heroes, you can't use it to like indirect artillery support.
So we should be seeing another bombing run pretty darn soon. How do I know? Well, we have an Oster still on the map now again, so he's been able to get repaired, which I think means the
Yeah,
Germans have more than enough time to bomb.
yeah. Maybe it's just waiting for the perfect opportunity, or sometimes heavy bombers do take a little bit longer to repair. And we've also got a fighter bomber, a Spitfire, gonna be dropping in some bombs on our Panjäger, it seems.
Yeah, he's too quick though for him. I don't think. I don't think he's even going to touch him.
Oh, damn! Has a pretty good dodge. Yeah, a bit silly, I'd say, going for the tank, especially with only those types of bombs. It's more of an infantry buster. But yeah. But at least he has a Spitfire now to shoot down his Storch.
That is totally true. Now, you were talking to me before about your own particular thoughts on what to bring in terms of air power overall. You said completely ignore the fighters, just bring bombers. Why?
For Paris Division, it's really just due to the fact to get them at 125 points. And if you look at the points you get them in 130 and 25 a tick essentially. And meaning you can get a heavy bomber a minute, which is pretty damn good.
Well, I was thinking even more so than that. You mentioned to me before, again, just pre-cast, you've had a little bit more experience with this division, that the Gross Peters division has a lot, might even say a scheisse ton of anti-air.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, you got 75 mils, you got some good French, like 25 mil cannons as well, 88s, 37s. Really everything you need to just keep the skies clear. It's almost like a mini 16th Luftwaffe failed division.
Actually, we're seeing one of those right about now, so a 39F coming on in. That's that French cannon you were talking about.
Yep.
Now, I am wondering if he's going to be able to take it out with ground fire.
Oh, I don't know.
Unlikely, but still. Oh, never mind. He's smoking. He is the mask, ladies and gentlemen. He might be going down.
I know it does have the veterancy.
And he ambles away.
But we are seeing this Scottish assault going on, and that's a lot of rifles. We've got good fire support with a Churchill and a 2-inch carrier, and I think he's going to be able to make a breakthrough and get into this town.
I can't help but agree with you, and there's actually another bombing run coming on in. He's still going for that Panzerjäger.
Yeah, he really wants. I understand why, because it's the major threat to his Churchill, but you kind of need, more direct anti-tank options to really deal with it. And looking at bombing run just completely stops that assault.
Yes, it does. And actually, the Panzerjäger can see the 2-inch carrier. Not anymore. Okay, I thought that would have been a pretty deadly line of sight there.
But he might have to kill the Churchill. That'd be a pretty good kill.
Oh, that would be a brilliant thing. And actually, right now, that anti-air gun can actually shoot him. Okay, that was weird.
Yeah. My replay thing debugged a little bit. Are you at like 938 right now?
38, 39, cool. And 40.
I managed to catch up just in time, which is good.
Yeah, indeed. I wouldn't want to leave you behind there, Ryan.
Exactly. I'll be casting from the past.
I'll be looking ahead to the future.
But the Stuart's coming in from the side.
Yes, it is. I was going to say, hopefully you're going to see an anti-tank grenade being thrown from the windows, but that Stuart is too smart for them.
Yeah, those Burrungs, as you can just see in a close-range fight against rifles, it takes him forever to actually kill anything.
But you know what? I think an attrition fight would still be good. There goes the Stuart.
Yep. And that's a good kill. Those Panzerjägers are doing a real damn good job down south.
Yeah, they haven't... I kind of want to see them take out the 2-inch carrier and the Churchill. If that happens, I feel like they really could pressure on in. And taking a quick look up north, not a whole lot's going on. We have both guys putting in basically in some artillery that gets bombed out immediately and some anti-tank guns. So the real fight is just down here for this town over and over.
Yeah, and I really like looking at this German line because this whole middle northern section is just infantry. Not much anti-tank guns or anything. It's just infantry holding the line.
And I think that's what Herr Robert sees as well. He's moving on in with that Spitfire yet again, trying to take out the linchpin with the Bavellungs, which, they may be kind of garbage in a firefight, but they still do have that anti-tank.
Yeah, and like 15-man squad. They are, like you said, they win attrition battles, essentially.
Okay, so artillery is coming in now for the Germans. What kind of caliber are we talking about here?
Probably like 80 mils, I'd say. Like just regular mortars. I think later on they can get some
real beefy cannons.
artillery guns, like 105s. I forgot, but I know one of the weaknesses of Paris Division is their artillery is pretty in total. But you don't need that great artillery, and you got a heavy bomber a minute, so...
You're just going to be on that the entire time.
I mean, like, you know, the Luftwaffe, why invest artillery when you can just bomb them with Stukas? That was the entire point.
That is also true, but Goering, let's hold your horses there for a second. Now, we are going to see a rather cute Panzer I coming on in, and I feel so bad for him. He's like the little brother of the big brother who decided to go off to fight with the big kids.
Yeah. At the same time, it's a fantastic unit. For 30 points, it does 13 HE, and it's basic fire support. You may not get half tracks in this division, but you can get 3 Panzer on Bs, which isn't too bad.
So, just a quick fact check. LEFH Sektsig to the north, so a 105 howitzer is up to the north.
That's the Rotor 1 gun, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so a little bit out of date, around about, like, what?
20 years
22
ago?
years, I'd say. No. Like, I'm trying to think of math real fast. Bloody 18 years. I can't do math right now.
Oh, for
anyway,
LEFH? The Sektsig?
Yeah, that's like 18 years out of date, I'd say. 1944.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, that's quick maths, right, yeah?
A D520 has been brought on in. Wow.
Yep. That's shot down a plane really fast, considering it doesn't have that great of an offensive armament. But that thing is the best turn fighter in game. It can outturn any fighter plane, essentially.
Well, when you don't have the weapons to actually back up the speed, I mean, it makes perfect sense. So.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. I mean, it's really like one of the first French aircraft you have in this game, apart from the French heavy bomber that the second French tank division gets.
Now, I was going to be concerned that the Churchill actually did go down. No, he's redeploying to the north, so thank you very much there, Herr Robert, for not just leaving your troops in one spot. It is 5347 in the meantime, and we are into Phase B. Now, you talked a little bit about Phase B already. Can you kind of re-enlighten us here?
Well, Scots, you know, they're going to be doing pretty good. Phase B is really rare they kick into high gear. But same with the Paris Division, they got the better infantry, they can get like a few tanks here and there. But really it's infantry choices now, because they can get Kriegsmarine guys, Russian guys, some Luftwaffe Field Division guys. It's just a very nice selection overall.
A nice selection of all the guys you never wanted.
Exactly, you know, it's all the third-rate troops, but goddamn, if Kriegsmarine leaders have 2 MG42s, by God, I'm taking him.
That is absolutely true, and actually, I'm really interested to see which groups are being brought on in. I think one of the D520s does go down.
Oh, it may turn fast, but it's slow as hell. That's the one problem.
It's got paper thin armor too.
Yeah.
Luftwaffe Jaegers coming on in. All right, that's an interesting call.
Yeah.
And the other squad is a Burning Hulk.
But it's pushed up north for Boda's doing rather well. He's got the Scottish infantry pinned down. He's bringing up Luftwaffe Jaegers. He's got the mortar as well on the artillery. So, just as long as no tanks are brought up, I think he can make some pretty good ground up north.
That is absolutely true. But that Churchill is redeploying to the north, as we mentioned before. So, you really think the Luftwaffe Jaegers are going to be able to push that gap?
They're definitely going to help out because they actually have a decent machine gun, apart from the Landshooten and Rings. And when you're fighting against rifles, the nice thing is they got crappy machine guns too. So everyone brings crap machine guns to the crap machine gun firefight.
That's quite the title for. I never would have thought it, but you know what? You have such a way with words.
Thank you.
Of course. So, like you said, the Luftwaffe Jaegers coming on, and these guys are disheartened. If you look at the wiki page for this, again, they call them like the disheartened desk jockeys or desk soldiers. And hand to God, I saw that. I just laughed. Yeah. Oh, and we have a Junker coming on in as well, so he's probably going to pay for it with his life by doing one last bombing run off.
We got,
We've seen the Spitfire as well as...
A little bit danger close, yeah. But wow, it didn't even hurt the Boeing squad, which is pretty good.
Well, he knew he had to back off at that point.
Yeah, but it seems like he's gonna pay for it with his life. But you know, 125 points. Just saying. That's expendable, right? Yeah.
At this point in the fight, I'm not sure I agree with you, but okay, sure. The unfortunate thing about this is that the Luftwaffe Jaegers are just a hair too far out of combat to really get up and get a lot of captures. That could have been a huge coup for him.
Yep, and as is, you know, one of the problems with playing infantry decks, you are just slower. Unlike with a tank division where you have half tracks everywhere, you can always rush in full surrender. But another bomb and run into the top middle town.
And about as
pretty good
accurate.
hits. But, you know, kind of hitting some of his land shootings. But, man, you know, they're just land shootings.
That is absolutely true. Now, to the we're going to see Command Churchill to the center.
Ooh.
We're going to see a Stuart come from the west. So that whole no tanks, as long as no tanks are here, is going to be okay. I think we're no longer okay.
And he got the good Churchill. He didn't get
Yes.
the Churchill shit Mark IV. He's got the 15 armor, command star, 75mm gun. He's, you know, eat Panzer IVs for breakfast, Command Churchill. And, yeah, good luck killing that, buddy. You're going to need, like, a Panzer truck to really to do anything about it.
God, you were not kidding. That Panzer I just butchered a half a squad of rifles.
Yep, it's... I don't know, like, you know, it's just 2 MG34s. A lot of other units have 2 MG34s, but our Panzer I, it just eats them up for breakfast.
Now,
I guess when it's your main gun.
That's true. Well, it's your only gun.
It's your only gun, so you're going to put a lot of effort into shooting it.
We are going to see... Is that going to be no, can't be.
Up
Do you see
north?
that half track up to the north coming
That
with
might be
an
a
AA
75 French.
Yeah.
Probably, it is probably a 75 French, if I recall. Because I don't think you can get the Flak 88s till C.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think that would have been way too early.
Yeah.
And considering the placement of it, yeah, it's going to be a dedicated anti-air. He just sees this northern side as being a huge, huge danger.
Up north, he is getting that mortar free, and like no Paris division, like those anti-tank gun tank destroyers that you can get in B phase, you can only get them in packs of run. Just his only mortar free he's gonna get. He can get maybe a mortar 2 if he has run in his deck, mortar run, the 21st Panzer Division pack 40 half track thing. So it's very vital he tries to keep him alive, because you can't really afford to throw him away.
That is accurate. Now, unfortunately, that Honey Stewart, I say unfortunately, that Honey Stewart got there just after the Bavaroans did find himself pinned. That would have been a beautiful, beautiful opportunity for the Bavaroans to actually show his softball arm.
Throw out magnetic grenade 100 meters. I guess the nice thing about throwing a magnetic grenade is you don't have to be like completely dead on.
That's true.
That's how they rode, right?
Exactly. Well, yeah.
You could miss it by like what 50 meters, and you know it was just like magnetized to the tank. I mean, it's like German engineering, right? Yeah.
Miss it by 50 meters and magnetized to the tank. That's true. Or some guys, you know, shoelaces basically that happen to have a little keychain on them. Any magnet attracting for 50 meters, I want no part of. No, it's a flak. It's an M36. Oh my gosh, it's a 75 mil. You're right. But I was looking at that. I saw the silhouette, and I thought it is an 88. No.
Yeah. I mean, it's very similar. I mean, stats-wise, it's pretty much the same in terms of anti-plane. It just doesn't have the AP. But that's not really that big of a deal, because you're gonna only put it in the back line, Rev 88. Because real do is we put it as a frontline unit, because
kill.
Good kill. That's where you get M30. That's where you get the heavy AA guns. Because they just kill.
And did I miss something? Oh no, okay. That Churchill OP. I didn't even see the artillery thing come down. So that was a nice artillery strike there.
Yeah. But yeah, this whole fight, like, we had an initial down south push, but it's very quiet on the southern front. Neither side really wanted to make too much progress. But up north, it is just an absolute meat grinder. And now with Robert having the Churchills, it's gonna be pretty deadly.
That is true. Now we do have the one P4 coming on in the P4H for that matter. So I don't know if he's going to get a whole lot of usage out of this. He's getting way too close for my liking, especially with that whole Stuart there.
Yeah, if you had like another infantry unit or two to like attack that middle town and use the Panzer IV support and to keep his Stuart away, could probably ride pretty well. But all he has is Run Berherung and a failed Gendarmerie. And oh look, here comes another bombing run, and it's a choke point.
That's dropping short. That's dropping short.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but look at the Spitfires, and Herr Robert's really been on point with trying to get the fighter planes out. Like he's got a lot of planes so far this map.
That is true, and I still think we will see. Are we seeing another kill? No, he's falling back just ahead of time. Oh my gosh, that was lucky right there.
Yeah. Oh, the Spitfire does go down.
I was going to say, I don't quite see it on mine at the moment. There we go. All right.
First forgot the D520 hardly has much ammo. I mean, after only going out at one Spitfire, it's pretty much kaput on cannon.
Yes, it is. But that 20 mil, I mean, the thing that we don't really talk about is that the Spitfire, though it's a very, very sturdy plane, the 20 mil just ripped it apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's also the machine gun too, which help out a bit.
Yeah, a bit. But, you know, 50 cal, 30 cal, yeah, whatever. So, interestingly enough, we are going to see the Festoon Paris division is up about halfway to a victory here. And it seems sometimes that Herr Robert has not even stirred himself to fight, though, either.
Yeah, Boda just has a really good... Or he has, like, a slight amount of map advantage. That's really due to the fact he has control over this middle area, just by having the decency to put units there. But he's just got a good defensive line. I mean, both these divisions are fantastic defensive divisions. And this is a pretty good defensive map because it's all just choke points, essentially. And he's just keeping any major assaults from happening. I mean, every time he's Scotch attack, a bombing run comes in. Down south it happened, up north it's happened, but its northern assault may actually break through. All of Boda's units are suppressed and these Churchills are making their way downtown.
Yes, we have the Russians to the south. One of them died coming on in, but we do have an ROA coming on in here too.
Yep,
PPSs, most of the guns, DPs, and of course German engineering, Faust patrons.
Yeah, it's if you're on an Eastern Front unit, you're itching for a Steel Division Eastern Front, they're the closest thing we got right now. And by God, they're really good at CQC. With only 3 submachine guns, they got Trove HE, which is pretty damn good. For like
PPS was insane.
Yeah, it was PPS. Like the PPS 8s in this game have run more HE value and a lot higher rate of fire, I believe, compared to every other submachine gun. The only other submachine gun that has the same damage output is the Lancaster, but that's only for commandos, and doesn't really make that much of a difference for them.
Now, it's a little bit interesting to me. We are seeing that the M36 trying to pressure back those two Churchills by firing HE at them, but
it's not an 88.
And he's not even severely scaring it. It's like, oh, is someone knocking?
Yeah. Knocking on the door. What time is it? Oh, it's not tea time yet. The fridge must be having a real laugh.
Another half track coming on in as well. So unload, you bastard, unload.
Unload. But yeah, we got
both tanks in the flank.
Yeah, we got the Panzerschreck in ambush position, and does that AT gun does have goddamn field of view, and
see,
here he goes. I bet the first shot's gonna be oh no, first. I don't think he's gonna get a proper first shot off. There he goes, Churchill getting a good kill, but
well, the Shrek's here now. Shrek up. You missed.
Oh god.
How did you freaking miss?
It's a Panzerschreck. Come on, how can? Come on, he's got to hit it now. 2-star ammo
storage hit. Hooray! There we go. Now he's just gonna drop an artillery strike in your head. But you know what? It's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh man.
Oh, there we go. It does go down.
That's
a pretty good kill. Pretty good kill. And did that Churchill OP use much of it artillery? I didn't really notice.
At least one. Okay. But I can't imagine he would charge it to the 4 if he didn't have it. He could use more than that.
That seemed a bit silly, I'd have to say, using it in the front line.
It is kicking off down to the south. The Germans took that bombing run and we're like, okay, guys, now it's time to attack.
Yep. And with the Russians and Bergerungs getting in, they are just tearing up the town. I mean, as the Sight Pioneers, you know, they're pretty good. They got that one satchel charge, but they're not that great when they can't actually get a satchel charge off because they're pinned down. And they got the mortars from both sides as well, the 2-inch and the 50mm, just going ham, trying to suppress the infantry.
Very, very true. Now, still coming into the north, so that's actually we're in Phase C now. I didn't realize until just now. We're in Phase C, which means that the Germans finally do get some legit tanks and more than just one per card.
Yeah, we got Panthers, Tigers. It's a whole German zoo pretty much gets brought up, and you also got Panzer Grenadiers. Not many Panzer Grenadiers, mind you, but you know, enough to get by. You got some half tracks, which is pretty nice. I dig it.
That's fair. No, I don't know though. I mean, look at this mass of infantry on the Scottish side, especially to the south. There's a huge wad of troops there.
Yeah. Yeah, but the main problem with the Scots I think are going to have later game is Revenge. Oh, well, I was going to say anti-tank, but I just noticed there's two 17-pounders in the middle.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
I think he's pretty good. He's got Sherman 2 up north, the Honey Stewart, the Churchill. Yeah, the Scots are just going in all crazy now. And I think he could really make a good breakthrough in this middle. He's got the infantry here, he's got tank support. And there's just nothing here in this middle to hold her back as a show. And if he could break through the middle, that's just really good tank territory after that middle road, essentially.
That's true, and the Scots do get a little bit more armor as the game goes on, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing too crazy. It's not Panther or Tiger level, but you can get some challenges, some more Churchills. I really like the Sherman Mark II, so you can buy 1 per minute for the Scots. So they're really just affordable tank. Now, he has the Sherman Mark II just direct firing on a position. Like, thinking that it's an infantry. There's probably an infantry in it, yeah, before, but he just kind of forgot to tell him to stop shooting.
Now, one thing I would like to see happen is I'd like to see the Germans put their bombs a little bit further forwards, because every single time, these poor guys are just getting masticated.
I mean, Boda's infantry must have the danger close perk on.
If
Modern
you mean
Warfare 2? Anyone?
Joy getting hit, then at that point we have to have a talk, but... but we are seeing a couple of surrenders here.
Yeah, and it's just... Look up north, we got 1, 2, 3 mortars here from the Scots. And they're all pretty big runs too, so...
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, her Robert has just kicked it into 5th gear now, and he's just showing the might of the British Army / Scottish Army.
I was going to say, please, this isn't the Brits, these are the Scots. They're handling matters around here. Well, he is finally getting some tickets on the board. The question is, will it be enough?
Yeah, it is a good point, because he's got 14 minutes to capture up to 1,272 points. He's gonna need
some.
He's gonna need a +2, probably +3 point advantage to safely take us home. And Scots, even though they're pretty good and it's making good progress, it's not a Panzer division. You can't just rush through with half tracks and gain major headway. So he just needs to keep constant pressure and keep moving. He can't afford to be bogged down anywhere for too long.
That is certainly true.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're the fast talking now, so help us out here. What is the play on your side? Is it just still we just bombs and bombs and just
bombs? Like, it's just 1 per minute. They're so good at just stomping assaults. And then, get a bomber, maybe get an anti-tank gun and some infantry to help defend the area properly. But as you see up north, we've got the bombing run here, and pretty much stops that Churchill from making any more progress. This allows Stug 3G to try and intercept. Probably not going to get the kill yet, but it was worth the effort.
One last shot before he gets stressed. Transmission damage.
The 17-pounder, it's 3 stars. It can't miss. Yeah, there we go.
Oh man. I thought the Stugs don't get anywhere near the amount of good play that they deserve in this game.
You never see Stugs being brought up because they're extremely overpriced for what they are.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you live the Stug life.
They didn't pick the Stug life, the Stug life chose them.
That is certainly true. They wanted to go up to be tanks, but they were not allowed to do that.
Yep.
And man, those student Remys, I never really give respect to them until I see them in action. Wow.
Yeah, this is... Especially because they have the veterancy, because they come in a command squad. And any 50 cal machine gun that has veterancy behind it is a scary machine gun.
That is certainly true. Ooh. Okay, so there's a Flak 88, and I kind of thought he was actually aiming at... Whoa. We also have a Junker coming in that's just... What the heck? No bombing run. He's just kind of chilling. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, he seemed like he was going to do a bomb and run, yeah, but Jens just decided to back out last minute. JK, guys.
Well, we have one going after the artillery park, one going after that 17-pounder.
Oh, yeah, if he can get the RT park, that would be damn good. We've got the run on the choke point. Like, say, oh, damn. It could be damaging.
Oh, wow. So the Scots got super lucky there. That could have been completely devastating.
Yeah, if once again, a little bit too short. Yeah, just due to how the bombs drop. That's really lucky for the 3-inch mortars. Not a single casualty.
Well, and we are also getting that off-map 203s coming in from the west, as well as, like you said before, the more Sherman 2s.
And 1 per minute, he can get a max of 5 Sherman 2s, so all he needs is 5 support at the moment, because Paris doesn't have much anti-tank on the field.
That's true. There was an 88, but that 88's dead. And no, look, now it's okay for the bombs to drop short, and even though he aimed further back, it does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, a little bit too late, yeah. But yeah, he's just kind of like tapped out a bit, Boda, in terms of infantry and like tanks. It kind of sucks because like later game, it kind of roles reverse where early on A and B, like closer range fights is better for Paris. Where on C phase, you kind of want longer range open fire fights because you got Panthers and Tigers. But he hasn't brought any Panthers and Tigers, which is probably for the best, considering it's just all CQC fights at the moment. But he just doesn't have much tools right now in terms of CQC, and just Herr Robert has a lovely combination of just units. You know, he's got the AT guns, the tanks, the Stuarts, the infantry in front. It's just lovely. And just look at the mini map. It's much more blue and red.
Yeah, I was actually gonna think that. I'm thinking to myself, there's probably more vehicles on the map than there are Boda's troops altogether.
That's probably true at this point. That seems very much a possibility. I mean, down south you've got the Ron Little Pocket, and they're about to get buggered by that Sherman. In the middle too, it's not looking great. And you know, Boda's going for the heavy bombing approach, and it works pretty well, but you kind of need a little bit of meat on the ground to make that flavorful bombing run work.
That is true.
It's like the grated cheese to your like lasagna. You know, you need to have some meat in your lasagna first for the pasta mix in before you start sprinkling in that grated cheese.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure where you're going with that. I thought, are we start talking about Olive Garden soon? Like, I didn't know what was going on here for a second.
Hey, I have a free salad bar.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. No, you're absolutely right. And you definitely need to have some sort of meat shield to hold the ground. I mean, air, you can own the skies, but if you have nobody on the ground, then one dude with the rifle is going to outnumber you.
But yes, Herr Robert did a really good job exploiting one of the major weaknesses of Paris division. It's kind of like that lack of close range AT. And he just has tanks and vehicles all over the place, has completely just overrun Boda's possible anti-tank defenses.
Well, I'd say down in the south, we do have a very much a Saving Private Ryan thing going on here. House after house is literally going down to close combat.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're making those Scots pay for every single inch.
I'm really surprised they stayed alive that long. Those Russians are out of most of the gun ammo. Got like, oh god.
I'm trying to think of some, you know, let's say slightly less racist comment to make here, but nothing's coming to mind. Those guys are ridiculously good fighters. You can't do anything but just respect that.
Yeah, they're one of the more cooler units. Yeah, Paris division gets very useful. It's just the same. The DP machine gun is pretty crap. I mean, same. It's pretty much a Bren gun.
I'm sad to hear that. It's pretty much the Bren gun. Oh,
it's pretty much the Bren gun. Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason why a lot of, you know, militaries after Raw would end up adopting MG34 style machine guns. You know, the whole belt-fed thing.
True.
Yeah.
Well, and here is what you're talking about. It's a +2 right now, and this Remy is, as soon as he takes out a couple of these units, well, then it's going to be very quickly a +3, I imagine.
Yeah. Oh, we got the Char B-Ron being brought in.
Oh my gosh, yes. Only you
Just
can
what he
prevent a
needs.
breakthrough.
That's what he needs. I mean, if it's good enough for the Maginot line, it's good enough for Omaha.
Ironically enough, I think that's actually a fairly apt comparison. Think about it. The Maginot line was fairly impregnable. Just kind of had a like a rope pipe around it, yo. A really interesting book on that, but that's a conversation for a different time. Oh my god, those poor guys are so brave, and now they're gonna get bombed.
Danger close. Gee, how How are they still alive down there? So you got 3 guys there. If that leader unit wasn't there, those Russians would have surrendered at this point. But jeez.
No, they wouldn't have. The zeal for the motherland would have kept them warm.
Or fatherland, because they're fighting for the fatherland.
Well, maybe they're on loan from the motherland. And look, and the Finnish Indomie on Marie's like, I'm out.
See, you know, I think I'm fighting for the wrong side. I'm just gonna try and leave now. Hey, how is he still alive? He's been.
Those guys, those are the MVPs.
That's some Benny Hill shit, right? Yeah. I'm just zooming in on him, and he's just booking it.
Michael Fire chased him every single step of the way. Pinned down.
He's buggered. There we go. So he's there we go. Called
bombs in every direction.
Called in the artillery strike right in the or airplane strike right in the last minute. You know, going down about fight. We got a Renault tank in the middle now, and when you're ripping these out, and your enemy's already got 17 pounders on the field, I think it's fair to say it. You buggered.
Oh, D520 tickles another plane to death. And there goes the 35. Oh, you poor man.
Panzer run down south. Can it deal with the Sherman? Place your bets.
Normally I'd love to say that all the wonders of German engineering, but then when that happens from a 6-pounder, who needs a Sherman?
Who needs a Sherman?
All right, let's go to the +2 here.
Oh, Panther. We got a Panther.
Okay, go to +2 at 30 at 05. Okay.
Okay.
And +2. So, I mean, it's nice to see the Panther there, but at the same time, guys, this is over.
It's over, and yeah, Boda just got overrun against vehicles, and he just didn't have enough AT weaponry to deal with it, essentially. Especially close range, because the whole, Panzerfaust problem that you have. But yeah, that was good play from Herr Robert. He exploited the major weakness, and just, as you can see, it is just a blue map.
Well, and he hung tough until the end, too, for that matter. So he could have definitely called it quits, being down almost 1,200 tickets. But no, Boda's the one to tap out.
Yeah.
And it will be a victory over for our very, very tenacious Scottish player.
The kills, that's a pretty big difference, right? Yeah, it's double. It's roughly, that's more than double, just about.
The weird thing is, again, I feel like it doesn't...
It's because of the end.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, from 28 on, there are 5 blue units until the end of the map that actually get killed. Everything else is red.
Yeah, and also, rifles are just, cheap as chips, essentially.
I was actually thinking in my mind, cheap as chips, but I was like, you know what? That is a Canadian thing. He can say it.
All British, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Cheap as poutine.
Cheap as poutine? There we go.
Cheap as poutine. It's pretty cheap. But yeah, I mean, looking at the kills, 6-pounder did pretty well. Same with that Churchill Mark V, always. That Churchill Mark V, really good choice. But pretty well-rounded overall with the Scots. Nothing really too crazy popping up. And in terms of Germans, same thing.
It's a couple things. It's basically 1 for 1. The Stroh gets a couple of light hits, and Bavarian gets a couple of pioneers. I mean,
yeah, but yeah, it's just a really, really good play from Herr Robert. Just the nice thing about Scotch is that if you want to play it like a heavy infantry division, you can do that really well. But if you want to play it as kind of a tank division, well, just look right. Yes, you've got the Shermans, we've got Stuart, we've got all of that being ripped out on the field, and it just wrote wonders.
That's more than fine. Makes perfect sense to me. Now, any other final pearls of wisdom for us?
Nope, I'm good.
Sounds good. All right. So, a big thank you actually to Boda for bringing this to our attention. He said it would have been fun to see the Gross Paris, and we couldn't stay away. So, congratulations though to Herr Robert. Bad luck to Boda, but thanks for telling us about it anyway. And I guess we'll see you guys all next time for some more Steel Division. So, this is Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.